We are at our race hotel just outside of race day in Sacramento, California. Pretty bland day, but we're hoping it clears up a bit for race day. Yeah, I have not managed to get to an official Ironman event, well, an official Ironman throughout the whole pandemic. It just kind of had my usual race plan of putting all my eggs in the Kona basket. You know what? It's good to be back. I'm looking forward to seeing all the crew, and yeah, just grateful to be taken care of real well. Yeah, the field this weekend is indeed fantastic from all looks. Of course, Gustav being the headliner, you know, I honestly, I respect what he's done, and I think he's a fantastic athlete, and we'll have to see what it translates to in terms of Ironman. But you know what, it is nice to have some fresh competition and to see, you know, yet another guard come on. I've been around the sport long enough that I've seen this happen, and it happens after every Olympics really, where there's a fresh cycle of extremely talented athletes that just have a very, very strong background coming to Ironman racing. And let's see how it translates. Yeah, of course, I'm always looking forward to seeing Lionel. I was very surprised at his choice of coming here, but you know what? He's old enough, and he does what he does well enough. So we'll see how that unfolds for him. Rasmus, to be honest, I learned about from this race. I'll be very honest that during my not competing time, I don't follow all the races all that much, and I said, oh, geez. There's a guy who can really ride a bike, and you know, just another dynamic that comes into this race. Of course, with the downriver swim, it kind of favors the weaker swimmer, and then there's some really explosive power on the bike going on, and we'll see who's got what left on the run. To be honest, you know, I'm a pure racer, and I'm as good as my last session to myself. I really believe in the practice and trying to focus on being in the moment, and really, yeah, of course, you look at it, and then every time you realize that really that sort of pressure is just completely artificial. Going out there has been a huge privilege, but to say that I go to the start line knowing anything couldn't be any further from the truth. I think anybody who knows me knows that I treat every race and every competitor equally respectfully, and sometimes overly worry about things that other people would never ever even consider. So I don't take anything for granted, and I certainly don't want to rest on my laurels.
Ride before California. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it's going to be 30 minutes warm up, and then 3 hours on race pace. But I think I rode a bit too hard, and then you end up struggling in the run. And the run was super challenging.
Your first Ironman, and you know, you've got Lionel racing, you've got Jan racing. Does it make you more nervous that those guys are on the start line for your first, or you just don't really care?
Yeah, it's a lot of talk now about me beating Jan, and I don't see that happening. I think that's beating Jan is not performing well. It's being the world's best Ironman athlete ever. So that's much more than just performing well. But I said I have a chance to beat him, and I still believe that. I do have a chance, even though it's a really small chance. It's a chance in there somewhere. And if I find the right race plan, and I manage to fix the nutrition or do the nutrition right, and maybe I ride a bit conservatively and then run quite okay, it is a chance there. But as I said, it's extremely small. And with Sanders, he has been racing so much this year. And he's actually been racing super consistently this year. So to beat him also would be, super cool. But I'm not going there to win, actually. I have to learn a bit and take it as it comes. It's my first Ironman, so even though I have high expectations of myself usually, this is not a race I'm coming to win.
I haven't been on a pro panel in a long time. That'll be fun to catch up with. I think it's Jan and Gustav, and that's it. Get the race kit, bike ready, and it's race time. We are in Sacramento. Well, we're in Folsom at this beautiful Lifetime Fitness facility, all to ourselves because it's freezing cold and raining. Hard to find a lane. And starting our cold weather desensitization process right now. And so this is going to be a very difficult race. So I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do to somewhat stay warm. Good for me, I'm not complaining because basically sweat rate will be reduced to close to nothing.
Last we heard you weren't racing and you were done for the season, and then all of a sudden you just decided to race. So how did that, was that a complete U-turn?
The U-turn, I think I was a bit discouraged in Chattanooga, and I was like, I don't really want to do that again. But then in talking with Joe and with Sam and going to the velodrome, I was like, I might not be as far behind as I thought. I might have just not raced that race, you know, strategically how I should have, so to be in the game. And so I was like, can I really watch Jan and Gustav go head to head and not take part? Really? I think I would regret that. And so we come here. It only took me another 2 weeks of training. It's really not, didn't really put, you know, too much stress on the system. And I'd like the opportunity to at least test some of those velodrome gains, as well as maybe race a little tactically different to see if there's a different outcome due to how you apply power during the bike side of things. So that'll be the test for this one.
Well, so as you can see, I'm standing right here in Sacramento at the capital. Yes, this is the capital of California. And for the very first time, we're going to have an Ironman race right here. It's going to be incredible. It's a flat downriver swim. Flat, I say flat, don't laugh. It is a flat bike course, pancake flat, and a flat run. So we don't have to really know too much about the course, right? But one thing that I really wanted to talk to the age groupers about is, you've heard from the pro athletes. They can, you know, they'll tell you what they're going to do, but it doesn't really resonate into your race because there's some weather on the way. Today's Friday afternoon. It's absolutely glorious outside right now. Tomorrow's going to be okay, but then Sunday arrives and it's going to rain. So how I want you to sort of take this on board is that you've got to adjust a little bit, okay? I always say adjust and then conquer, okay? Adapt, adjust, conquer. It's going to be different, not like you've seen before. So have you thought about toe covers on your shoes? Have you thought about wearing a vest? Or even a waterproof vest at the front so it can keep your chest warm? Have you thought about keeping your arms nice and warm in the waterproof jacket as well? Think about those things. And then also the main thing on race day is nutrition. When it's a little bit cool, the rain's coming down, you sort of tend to think that, I'm not that thirsty, I'm not that hungry. Don't be fooled by that. Always set your countdown repeat. If you're wearing one of those Ironman watches that has the timer on it, you can set it to 10 or 15 minutes, and every time it beeps off, it's your time to remember to eat and to drink. If you fall out of your nutrition plan, you're going to fall out of your race plan. So again, repeat these steps. Make sure that you follow the forecast, expect the worst, but hope for the best, and then you'll do all right. Nutrition plan is number one. I'm Greg Welch. Talk to you later.